like this, right? Mine is my friend Kathy. But I love this movie so much. I was actually in the movie. I played a reporter who interviews Regina's character. This movie is about the bond of girlfriends, which is, I think, why I loved it so much. It's really funny, but it is also raunchy, which, by the way, I did not know. But what's great about it is that most of these movies that are R-rated, there's a cast of men. But this one was nice to see 4 strong Black women playing that role, right? So, Jada, why was it important for you to be in this movie and play these kind of roles?
Well, I thought it was really important because we just don't see women in general. You know, we don't get the opportunity, we don't have the license to cut loose the way that we do in this film. But at the same time, with cutting loose, there's a great message. There's a lot of heart, and there's just a lot of beautiful camaraderie and friendship between us. And I think that you don't get to see that enough either. And so this movie really brought everything. I just thought it brought the whole female experience.
It did.
It was so much
That I really love about this movie, in all honesty, that even though it's starring 4 African-American women and it's told through our lens, it's still a movie that all women can relate to. It has universal themes. This really is a movie about sisterhood. And this is a movie that is for all of us. And I want these men out here to know, too, you go see it, because you gonna like it also.
Latifah. And then last time I called you Queen, I never know what to call you.
I'm like Latifah. I'm like, I was listening, like, I think that's the first time I'm hearing Joy.
I know.
I heard it twice.
I know.
Latifah.
Every time you come here, I call her something different.
Yep.
Anyway,
I'm used to it.
I'll call you La.
There we.
So La. La.
Hey.
So the movie was filmed
Y'all get
in
to do that.
in like one of my favorite places in the country, New Orleans. I love it there. It's so much fun. And it's a great place. And you rented a house there. And I heard that things got pretty rowdy during...
What, rowdy? It was a good time!
What happened?
Yes. You know, Tiffany was liable to show up at any given time, day or night. You know, coming from the club or preparing to go out to one or after one of her shows.
Well, Tiffany is a stand-up comic also.
Yes.
And so funny in this movie.
I don't know if anybody enjoyed New Orleans quite as much as Tiffany, because Tiffany grabbed the town by the... And really...
Yes, and left with something. Left with a little something, too.
You can see it in your performance in the movie. You all were having such a good time. But I love what you just said, Jada, about men going to see it. Because I saw this with my husband and my friends and their husbands. And they are still talking about how funny the movie is. And they were asking me, do women really cut up like this? I was like...
And you said no, I hope.
Of course not.
We don't want them to know the secret.
But tell us why you think it's a good movie for men to see, too.
You know what? Because, you know, laughter is any gender. If something's funny, you know, as women, we watch men do things and we think it's funny. If it's funny, it's funny. And messages and themes are universal. So, you know, whether it's sisterhood or brotherhood, it's really all the same thing. And so I think everything is just, you know, it's universal themes, universal laughs, and they get a couple, you know, good lessons. I mean, Tiffany's sharing things that they're going to get to. Yeah, she's teaching.
I'm a teacher.
She's a teacher.
Very informative.
Professor Haddock. Professor Haddock.
But Tiffany, as I said before, she's a comedian, stand-up. So it's different when you're an actress in a movie and you've done stand-up. First of all, you write your own material when you're a stand-up, right?
Right.
And then you have to learn somebody else's lines, and you have to work with all these, you know, people in your light. They're standing in your light. You know, you're the only one on stage usually. How do you like it?
I love it. First off, I'm getting to work with these women who I've watched and studied for years, and like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get to work with these. They're gonna be my friend.
Okay.
And I call all of them at different times. Every month I call everybody for different reasons, but they call me back, so they my real friends. When we shot this movie, I read the script, and the script was very funny. I thought already this is funny, but you know, I'm a little crazy, and I like to add my own
Did
little
you ad-lib?
seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I add my seasoning.
80% of what Tiffany did was Tiffany, was her improvisation.
She made it, but that's
She
great.
made it up, and it was
Robin Williams,
beautiful.
you know, that's the tradition, yeah.
But
So
was
on it.
grapefruit written in, or was that an ad?
Now, grapefruit was written in,
Okay.
but I have been doing grapefruit for years. You know about grapefruit?
Because this is a daytime show. Because it's
I got rings because of the grapefruit. Like, you can get rings.
because it's a daytime show, I cannot explain to you what grapefruit is, but you will have to go see the movie to
Okay.
figure out what this is.
That's a good team. Good team.
Now,
You know what? It can make for
Why
happy
stop?
homes. It can make for happy relationships. And
yes,
Yeah.
grapefruit.
Yeah, grapefruit's is
Grapefruit.
good for you.
Now, the four of you went on a road trip together that we will see in an upcoming episode of Carpool Karaoke, the series.
Yes.
Take a look at this. Take a look.
Come on, Prince.
Now, I heard some of you were nervous to do this. Why were you nervous? You were great.
To do car.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just nervous because I had to do one of La's songs, and I had to do Moni's.
And I said, why did
I
you
had
should
to
have
do
switched it up
Moni's
because you were
verse.
gonna do
Which
great
verse?
on yours.
Which verse?
Which verse was it? It was
It was ladies first.
Ladies
Yeah,
First, but but it was Moni's.
It was Moni's
Moni's
rhyme.
verse.
And she should have done Moni's rhyme, and I should have done hers.
Yeah.
That would have been fair.
But you know what was funny? I didn't realize how long that rhyme
and
was.
how
You had
difficult it
He was
is.
like, desperately dressing. I'm the daughter of a sister. Who's a mother? Who's a brother? Who's a brother? Who's a brother?
You could have done it. It's okay. I
No,
just
I
hope
know
that
you
turned
can.
out
You know
right.
what? You think
That
you
was
know
terrifying.
people's
You were
songs. You think
terrified.
you know people's songs by heart, and then you actually literally have to sing it, and you're like,
You're like, hold up, I didn't know.
then
it
you
was
scared you're
It's
gonna lose the
hard.
line.
No, what happens is you write your own lyrics and you be like, oh, that's not the words.
And you were with.
Did you still know your words?
And you're doing it with who I think is the best female rapper ever.
Of course.
Right?
College-educated woman.
Change that. One of the best rappers ever. One of the best rappers
Latifah,
ever.
why
Did
are
you
you
hear
doing
that?
this to me?
I'm gonna change it. One of the best rappers ever.
Yes.
Change that.
Austin's on this.
Jada, I love your hairdo, very
Thank
cute.
you.
So Jada and La have been
Yes.
friends for 30 years.
Yes.
30 years, that's
30.
a long friendship.
It is.
Pay attention.
I love her.
Yes.
That's my boo.
Well, I was 3, she was 2.
Yes.
How did you two actually meet each other?
Now the first,
You've been in the business a while.
yes,
Yeah.
but the very, 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 very first time I got to meet Latifah was in Baltimore City at a club that she was performing at before she even had an album out,
It
and
was
I was
my
in
very,
the club.
very, very first show.
Yes, and I was
Really?
15 or 16 years old. I didn't have any business being in the club, but I was there. And I told the promoters, I saw her her picture, and I was like, Queen Latifah, who is this? I had never met anybody or seen anybody like her. And I went to the promoter. I said, you gotta let me introduce her. You gotta let me introduce her. And so they let me get on stage and introduce La, and that was our first.
And you hit it off.
He was hyped, too. He was so hyped. I was like, yeah.
Because it was
it
you
was an exciting
barefoot, and
time.
you had the. Yeah, it was
My mother was with me. That's how young I was.
Well,
She
I
was still rolling with me.
I am so
Regina said this when I was Duchess Latifah.
I am so thrilled that you came here, and I am so thrilled about this movie. It is fantastic. It's like the female hangover. Everybody,
Good luck.
please go see this movie. Our thanks to Jada Pinkett Smith, Queen Latifah, Regina Hall, and Tiffany Haddish. Their new movie, Girls Trip, is in theaters today. We'll be right back.